It's easy to build wealth when you're already wealthy and have money working for you. But what if you're starting from zero? That's where most financial advice completely fails you. Nearly half of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. Even families earning lower than $150,000 a year are struggling financially. 42% of Americans have no emergency fund to fall back on. Half of Americans have no retirement plan. 90% of Americans want to invest, but almost half don't know where to start. If saving 15% of your income, living below your means, and avoiding lattes was the answer, wouldn't more people be financially secure by now? The truth is, most financial advice is built for people who already have money. If you're starting from scratch, you need a different approach, one that actually works where you are when there's nothing to fall back on. And that's exactly what I'm going to share today. The approach that actually works when you're starting from zero. I'm Rose Colburn, and I help people take control of their money with real BS-free financial strategies that actually work in real life, because no one should feel like wealth is out of reach. Most people think the key to wealth is just saving more or cutting expenses. But at a certain point, there's nothing left to cut. If you want to build wealth, you have to shift from managing money to growing money. Think about it. Managing money helps you stay afloat. Growing money helps you move forward. The biggest mistakes people make is staying stuck in maintenance mode. They budget, pay their bills, maybe even save a little, but they never take the next step into real wealth building. Here's what this shift looks like in real life. Instead of just trying to save more, focus on increasing your income without working more hours. If you're relying solely on a paycheck, you're trading time for money. That's linear income. It stops the moment you stop working. The real shift happens when you start leveraging your skills, assets, or investments to generate income that isn't tied to the hours you work. Instead of holding on to money for later, start putting small amounts to work in assets that generate returns. A lot of people assume you need thousands to start investing, but that's not true. Even $5 to $10 a week into an ETF, index fund, or fractional real estate investments gets you started. The key is to build the habit, because the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. Instead of just looking at what you make and spend, ask, where are my financial leaks? How can I direct even small amounts toward investments? Financial leaks are expenses that quietly drain your potential for wealth. Things like monthly subscriptions that you don't use, impulse purchases, or inefficient debt repayment. A simple shift, redirecting even $50 a month from wasted spending into assets, could turn into thousands over time. A great example of this is two people who both make the same salary. One follows all the traditional advice. They budget carefully, put their money in savings, pay off their debt. The other takes a different approach. They focus on making their money work for them. So instead of just saving, they use a portion of their paycheck to start investing, maybe in index funds, dividend stocks, or even a small side business. Fast forward 5 years, the first person is still in the same place, managing their money well, but not really moving forward. The second person, they built income streams that now bring in extra cash every month, and they're no longer reliant on a paycheck alone. The only difference? One carefully managed their money, while the other shifted into growing their money. If you're already budgeting and saving but not building wealth, this is why. The key here is shifting your thinking from making money to growing your money. If you want to build wealth, the fastest way to accelerate your progress is by increasing your income. You can only cut expenses so much, but your earning potential, that's unlimited. Most people stay stuck because they believe their only option is to work more hours, to make more money. But the key to wealth isn't just working harder. It's working smarter and shifting how you earn money. Here's how to expand your income without just putting in more hours. Leverage your skills for higher pay. If you have a job, don't just settle for small raises. Actively look for better paying positions or negotiate your salary based on the value you bring. A simple salary negotiation could add thousands to your income each year. If you don't know how to do this, start by researching salary benchmarks for your role. Keep track of the contributions and results that you bring, and practice your negotiation strategy. If your job isn't in a high income field, consider shifting to one that is. Many high-paying skills like sales, marketing, coding, copywriting, these can all be learned without a degree and increase your earning potential exponentially. And there's even more just like them out there. Start building a secondary income stream. Relying on just one paycheck is risky. Most millionaires, they have multiple income streams. This doesn't mean quitting your job, but rather finding ways to make money outside of it. Some simple options include freelancing in your area of expertise, selling digital products or courses, offering services like consulting, coaching, or social media management. The key is choosing something scalable, something that can eventually grow beyond just trading time for money. And use your money to make more money. Once you increase your income, don't just spend it. Redirect it into assets that generate returns. Here are 3 simple ways to get started. The first is index funds and dividend stocks. These are low maintenance ways to start investing with as little as 5 to 10 per week. Real estate or REITs. If you're not ready to buy property, real estate investment trusts, REITs, let you invest in real estate without owning physical properties. Low-cost side businesses. If you have extra income, reinvesting it into a business that can grow passively, like an automated online store, print on demand, or even content creation can be a game changer. The bottom line, growing your income isn't about grinding harder or working more. It's about positioning yourself to earn more with the same or less effort over time. Once you've increased your income, the next step is to put the money to work automatically so that wealth building doesn't rely on willpower or constant decision making. Most people earn, spend, and save what's left. But if you want to build real wealth, you need to reverse that order. Pay yourself first by saving, invest, then spend intentionally. And here's how to make wealth building automatic. First is to set up automatic transfers to investments. The best way to ensure you're investing consistently is to remove the decision entirely. Set up a percentage of your income to go directly into investments like index funds or ETFs, which are low cost, diversified, and beginner friendly. Dividend stocks, which are stocks that pay you passive income. The next is real estate savings or REITs. If you're working to buy property, setting aside a set amount per month builds your capital. Even starting with $50 to $100 per month invested automatically will build momentum and consistency over time. Use purposeful spending to avoid lifestyle inflation. When your income grows, it's easy to let spending grow with it. This is how people making 6 figures still end up broke. Instead of spending everything you make, give every dollar a job and a purpose to do. Decide in advance what portion of your extra income goes to 1. Investing in wealth building so your money keeps growing. 2. Lifestyle improvements so you enjoy life without sabotaging your financial future. 3. Experiences and security so you can create a balanced life while staying on track. The key is balance. You don't have to live like a monk, but you also don't want lifestyle inflation to quietly erase your financial progress. Have you ever seen one of those memes that says, if I ever win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there'll be clues. And then it shows some ridiculously inflated purchase that just screams, I have money. Well, the same thing happens when someone suddenly gets a raise. They may not announce it, but there are always clues. Maybe they upgrade to a bigger or better home, buy a new car, or take a fancy vacation. A year later, they're making more money, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck. The difference between someone who stays broke at 6 figures and someone who builds wealth is how they handle that extra income. Instead of spending everything, they decide in advance, I'll put 50% into investments and 50% towards lifestyle upgrades. That way they enjoy their money but still build wealth. Reinvest and compound your wealth. Wealth isn't just about earning more. It's about making sure your money keeps growing. Reinvest dividends, business profits, or rental income instead of cashing them out right away. Over time, this creates self-sustaining wealth where your money generates more money, reducing your reliance on active income. Think about it. If your investments start making just $100 per month, investing that income accelerates your financial freedom even faster. Building wealth isn't about extreme budgeting or waiting until you have huge income. If you've been stuck just managing your finances, now is the time to make it the shift towards growth. If you follow these steps, it's absolutely possible to build wealth, even if you're starting from scratch. But if you want to seriously grow your wealth and take it to the next level, watch this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.